Welcome to a new series on the Bennett Railroad Extra section. This is what we're going to call our prototype reference series, where we'll look at various actual prototype cars that we've seen out and about, mostly on the CSX and NS in the Erie, Pennsylvania area, and then the applicable HO scale models that allow you to relatively easily, if not right out of the box with a minimal amount of work, get a prototype current version of that rolling stock for your HO scale layout. So let's see what we have today. Okay, for this prototype reference segment, I present to you this cool looking quad open top normal hopper car. This car was photographed by me in a westbound Norfolk Southern Freight here in Erie, Pennsylvania, actually Fairview. Last fall. Yeah, you can see the trees are changing a little bit. So I think this is in the October time frame of 2015. And I saw that, and I got some pictures of it because it was all by itself. You don't normally see, nowadays at least, normal open top hoppers that often, especially singly in freight trains. So I saw it, got a nice picture of it, got it back and looked at it. I said, man, it looks pretty cool. It's obvious that something's been painted out here. Painted out here. I assume they painted out some stuff here on the end, and then it was rather hastily and not very neatly re-lettered for LBR. This is LBR 20037. So I did some looking around and said, boy, that's cool. And I think I have one more shot. Yeah, there's more of a side view of it. So that's a car I'd kind of like to have a model of. Is there anything close to that? Turns out, yes, there is almost an exact match for this car. Doing some research, I came across this car from Exact Rail. This is their Bethlehem 3737 hopper in the Missouri Pacific as delivered scheme, because that's the one that seemed to match, at least the painted out stuff, most likely. I believe that's called the old Buzzsaw Herald, and they have some other ones from Exact Rail that I think are the Screaming Eagle Herald. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. So you can see, that was obviously painted out. I assume this is the truss markings, perhaps. That was painted out. If you go back to the prototype car, again, you can see where that's painted out. This is painted out. And then some of the cool damage along the side. I also noticed there's this here on the center rib and here that don't seem to show up on the Exact Rail version, but you could always add that. But other than that, this car is real close. And in fact, I even emailed Exact Rail, sent the picture and said, is this your car? And they came back and said, yes, it is. And then obviously throughout time, it somehow got up to the LBR. So that's a pretty cool model. And like I said, there's different versions that Exact Rail offers. The one you want is the as delivered scheme, just because it had the buzzsaw right here. The other ones, again, had the Screaming Eagle. They have some UP cars. And undecorated, I guess if you want to start with undecorated, I did purchase this version of it. They have plenty in stock. You can see there it's relatively easy to obtain. And again, looking at the prototype, and I actually have a Word document where I'm keeping track of all this. Pretty easy to model. You have to paint out some stuff, add the reflective stripes, which is kind of normal for any modern rolling stock. Other than that, and weathering, distress it, and somehow figure out how to do that with the hasty LBR and the numbering there, you've got yourself a dead ringer for this particular car. Let me go back to the bigger picture for that car there. I think it's cool. I think it's a neat prototype. I think it has a lot of character, and I always liked open top hoppers, and now here's one I can run in the actual normal freight train. It does have the one thing I noticed real quick on, let me go to the Word document here. This has got probably the Bethlehem Steel Builders little logo down there. I thought, oh, it doesn't have it, but if I look at the photograph and really enlarge it, yeah, I think it does. I think it just was covered up by one of the reflective stripes. So, pretty accurate model. So this is one, like I said, I did buy the Exact Rail car, and it's on the project list at some point in time to convert it into this version, the LBR 20037. So there you go. There's another interesting one for your consideration. And I'll keep looking and posting more as I find other interesting stuff. Thanks for watching.